Well, hi there. So in this video, we're going to do some practice with monopolistic competition. And there are two parts to this practice problem. One of them is just going through a Jacob Clifford video that you can do on your own. You can watch his video. It should be in this playlist and answer these questions along with him. But this one is one that's a little bit more like what you might see on an exam. So let's get started. The first question here just says, what's the profit maximizing quantity and then the price? So we're going to look on this graph for where MR equals MC is. So I'm going to put that MR equals MC. Right? And so we're going to find MR equals MC here at point E. And we always have to remember if it's asking for a quantity, we're going to go down to the quantity axis. So that's going to be Q1. Now, MR equals MC, the price of that is P6, but that's not going to be the price that they charge. Resist that temptation. They price on the demand curve. The demand curve tells them the quantity that people are willing and able to pay and the price that they're willing to pay for it. So if they're willing to buy Q1 units, then the price they're willing to pay is P2. Now, at that price, are they earning a profit or loss or breaking even? Well, we can compare the price P2 at point A, at Q1, to the ATC, which happens to intercept at F. That P5, that's less than P2, so we know they're earning a loss or a profit. Boy, I had a brain fart right there. A profit. I almost said the wrong. I don't know why I said loss. So next part, area of total revenue. So the price P2 is right here, all the way down to the quantity. So it's this great big rectangle right here that I'm kind of outlining here with these little kind of marks. That's our total revenue because it's the price times the quantity. So there's two ways we can write that. P2 times Q1, which is pretty easy, or we could say P2, A, Q1, and 0. And that's kind of outlining the points. And that's usually the preferred method. Now, the next question says the area of total cost. And for that, we have to find what's the average total cost at this quantity. So Q1 up to point F, and then over to P5. So this smaller area that's underneath right here, that kind of starts where this P5 over to F and then down. And again, how I'm finding that, I'm going from Q1 to the average total cost and over. And so we're going to say that that is P5, F, Q1, and 0. Now, the profit is the area that's above it. We could shade that if we wanted to, right? We have this kind of area right here is a way to think about it. That's our profit rectangle. The deadweight loss is going to be pointing toward that allocative efficient point, which is occurring at point C, which means our deadweight loss goes from E to A to C. E, C, E. So we can even shade that in if we wanted to, all that good stuff, right? What quantity would be allocative efficient? Well, in order to answer that question, we actually had to know that it occurred at point C, and that's Q3. What quantity would be productive efficient? We just talked about in a previous video. That's the minimum ATC. So where is the minimum ATC? That's here at quantity 2. I'll just say that that corresponds to the point where MR equals 0, but that's completely coincidental. It's just how this picture is drawn. But it's possible that they are that same value. It just is a coincidence, though. Just because we're at productive efficiency with minimum ATC, that does not mean it's always going to be where MR equals 0. Now, as a result of the firms earning a profit, we know that new firms will enter. And then last, firms will keep entering until this demand curve is decreased down to the point where price or demand equals average total cost. So price equals average total cost, or you could say demand equals average total cost. So hopefully this helped you with going through some of these ideas about monopolistic competition. I'll see you next time.